Hi there, EmmaBelleDrew here, and welcome to another episode of Confessions of a YouTuber, the podcast that makes YouTube simple and gets up close and personal with successful YouTube creators, helping you understand what it takes to grow your YouTube channel the easy way. I'd like to thank TubeBuddy for sponsoring today's show. TubeBuddy is a free browser extension that helps you easily manage and optimize your YouTube channel. It's the YouTube channel tool I personally can't live without. For more information, head over to tubebuddy.com or check out their link in the show notes below. I'd like to welcome today's guest, the amazing Lucy Wyndham-Read. She is a YouTube fitness trainer and motivator, and she has nearly 800,000 subscribers, and that's almost 100 million views, and that is quite amazing. She's also a blogger and an entrepreneur, from what I understand. And hello, Lucy, are you there?
I am, and thank you. What a lovely introduction.
Thank you. Well, I've had a look at your YouTube channel. I've had a look at your website, and I think what you're doing is absolutely amazing. So I'm really, really thrilled that you could come and talk to us today. I just wanted to ask if you could give us a little bit of background as to how you started your influencer career, because clearly you've achieved so much to date. So if you can tell me a little bit about how you started.
Sure. First of all, my YouTube channel, I think I started it in 2012. And I mean, I just saw it as an incredible platform that I could deliver fitness content. And I think really I kind of like did it without any great expectations, but just some way of being able to share my knowledge on fitness. And YouTube was just the most amazing place, which was completely free, that I could set up. And sort of as a result of that, without really any kind of like planning, I've just sort of like just followed a path which has led me in the right direction, fortunately. And really, I think it was like in the last couple of years, my YouTube has just gone crazy, has just, skyrocketed. And then obviously as a result of that, if you're on YouTube, it's important to work on other social media platforms, because that then also brings people back to your YouTube. So
before you started your YouTube channel, started to upload more and more videos, were you always doing what you're doing, or were you doing this on other platforms?
No, I mean, I was, so my background is health and fitness. So I had done lots of fitness on TV, written stuff for newspapers, magazines, but had kind of got completely ripped off, if I'm really honest, by the media. And then
in what way was that? What happened?
Just literally, they would never pay you. They would literally never pay you. It'd always be like, oh, can we get you on Sky News, or can you come on the BBC? We can't pay, but it's great publicity. And, in those days when there wasn't really social media, that was the only media. And so they had you hook, line and sinker. You kind of had to do it to get your face seen on it.
Yeah, it's good exposure, potentially.
It's amazing exposure, but at the end of the day, exposure doesn't pay your bills. After a while it was like, oh my goodness, I'm doing this for everyone. And the same with writing, with magazines and newspapers. I mean, I've written for some of the national tabloids, magazines,
so you're quite a name already in the fitness and health area.
So yeah, I mean, I've been established on TV. I mean, I've done a lot on TV. I've had books published by internationally. I've got a book printed in Chinese. I've had publishers, like big publishers. But again, it's sort of like, when you're not doing it on your own, you don't really gain much from it. I mean, it's good kudos that I'm an internationally published author. And also what's really good with that whole journey, it taught me so much. But then with YouTube gives you an opportunity to just run wild with content and create a living and,
be in control of it yourself, perhaps.
100%. Absolutely. You don't have to sit in a boardroom of people that go, actually, no, we don't want that. Or, you know, you don't have to wait for that email of confirmation saying, yes, we're going to run with this. And that's what's so exciting. You control your destiny, really.
Yeah, it sounds like you've had a career before in the corporate world, if you like, and same as me. So, and as a YouTuber myself, I understand completely what you mean about having that amazing idea and then literally running with it, and it's literally a video before you know it. And it's out there.
Exciting.
There's nobody else having to sort of sign things off and make decisions about it too. And also that, I think, can obviously it can interrupt the flow, can't it, sometimes?
100%. And it can also mean an idea. Like if I've got an idea of a video or a fitness challenge or even an ebook, that idea, I will have it executed in probably 1 month. If I was doing that with a TV company, a filming company, a publisher, it would probably take 2 years. You know, that's the difference, the turnaround time as well.
And I think the difference also is that you know now that you will get paid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that right?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, you said that you saw some significant growth in your channel. When was that?
So that was
because you've been working quite consistently, haven't you, for quite a few years?
Yeah,
on your channel.
Exactly. I decided probably about 1.5 years. No, actually longer than that, probably
a couple of years ago.
Yeah, a couple of 2.5 years ago. I mean, I was putting in like probably a lot of work on my YouTube channel, but I then suddenly thought, if I put in 100% effort, I bet I get 100% back. And that's when I decided to just post up a video literally every single day, a workout video. And remember, these are all for free. And at the time, I mean, it was hard because, sorry, lorry going past. So anyway, so I decided to literally post up a video every single day. And at the beginning, you have to go with your gut, your heart, because obviously I wasn't earning money there and then, but the investment of it now, looking back, is I've got so much content. When people come and find my YouTube channel, there's just an array of different workouts for them to do.
You've created a fantastic back catalogue, I can see.
Exactly. And, you know, so it was that paid total dividends. And then last year in January, I posted up a video that just kind of went viral. It's now had nearly 32 million downloads.
Wow. What's that called? I'll put that in the show notes.
Yeah, that's it's my 7-minute how to lose belly fat. It's just crazy. And it gets literally every hour, it always has at least 4,000 people viewing it. So it's been,
that's a lot of belly fat.
Oh no, I've helped a lot of people around the world, you know. And the amazing thing is, it has got incredible reviews because it works. And I think that's the other thing, you know, like my stuff, it isn't like clickbait, which I think you see a lot of stuff on YouTube. I make sure it's good quality and I make sure it delivers what it's promising to do. And I think that's quite rare on YouTube. And I think that's where everyone stands a really good chance. If you want to do well on YouTube, put on good content and it will work.
It also sounds like you had a fairly major mind shift really there, where you were talking about you made a sort of conscious effort to put up a video and really go for it every day.
And
absolutely. That does take a bit of it's a different mindset, isn't it? From, oh, I'm putting up a video, you know, twice a month and nothing seems to be happening. My channel's not growing. And, you know, I get that a lot, but I think you're a perfect example of making a decision, having a clear intention of what's going to happen. And how it's going to happen, and you just going for it. As hard as it sounds like it was, and yeah, I've been there too, but I know it can be hard, but it looks like you've sort of broken the pain barrier, if you like.
Yeah, but you know what, and that's the point. Most people will kind of give up halfway, like they'll be so close to finishing that race, but they'll just kick out when they're so close to the edge. But you've got to work hard, and then you just got to work that little bit harder.
And it sounds like one of your workouts.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but it's like, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. And it's a bit like in life. If you don't put in 100%, don't ever expect to get 100% back. You know, if you're posting up 2 videos a month, you're only going to get little growth, tiny growth. But saying that, what is interesting is now I don't post up every single day, but what I do is I have now so much content, and now I feed through my other social media channels telling people go and do this workout today. So I'm kind of like picking them the best workouts. So it just means now that actually my YouTube channel is still growing, and I'm still getting like average over, I'm still getting a huge amount of views every single day because they're coming back and they're reusing the workouts.
Yes, I mean that's a great advantage you have for your niche.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that YouTube look for in terms of promoting you in suggested videos is obviously your watch time. And people are watching your videos again and again and again, and usually for the duration of the video, presumably, because most people want to try and finish a workout.
Exactly.
I think also they know what they're getting with you, don't they? When they see it in the thumbnail, in the title, and they're ready to go for it. In terms of like monetization, how does YouTube contribute to your overall business, or did you start your brand on YouTube? It sounds like you did, and then did it morph into this full-time business, really?
Yeah, I mean, I had no expectations 5 years ago that I would be making money really from YouTube. And if I'm really honest, I didn't do it to
For
make
that
money on
reason.
YouTube. But now, as a result, it's a very good business model because it's a sort of passive income. And, obviously I earn money, like my workouts are completely free. And it's interesting because there are so many now fitness people doing fitness videos online but charging, and of course I'm not, and because mine's free, everyone's coming over and using mine. I kind of think too many people are trying to sell stuff, and actually, if you give free content, people then come and buy anyway. So how it works for me is I've then got all my ebooks on like healthy eating, and as a result of them doing my workouts, obviously within the video I'll like mention, if you want more advice, then go to my website. I've got lots of different products, so people are then finding my products through that. But obviously I'm also then generating a revenue through YouTube with the ads that are playing at the beginning of my videos.
Right. And do you do so you've got your ebooks plus your videos, which you get your ad revenue from YouTube, and then is there anything else that contributes to your revenue, overall business revenue?
Yeah, there's about to be. I'm very excited because I'm going to be doing a clothing range. So in fact, I've got a meeting up in London tomorrow with some designers looking at doing some stuff. And the funny thing is with this is actually it's my online community, which is Lucy's Squad. I've got a Facebook. Well, there is a Facebook closed group page. And it's really exciting because they've all said, please, please, please do a clothing range. And I'd kind of like, no. And then they've gone, please, please, please. And they've been begging and begging.
Wow.
And I've had about 400 comments now with people saying, please do it. And then I'm like, okay, you guys want this. So I'm gonna do it.
Well, it seems to me actually, Lucy, I mean, it might well be you think that you're delivering lots of free content, but it seems to me that you have a very, very engaged community.
Yeah.
And they seem to be driving your business in some ways.
Oh my goodness. I mean, this is the power of it. And they're amazing. And I think what's really worked is I don't really do any kind of brand deals. I'm not like, you see loads of people on social media.
Influencer style type brand deals,
Exactly. And I've kind of always backed away from that because I really respect my audience. To me, they are really important, and I don't want to be selling and selling and selling to them. They're too special to me. And I think that's just the way I've been brought up. I've got the best parents in the world that have always just taught me work hard, give more than anyone else. And I think, business kind of actually, you got to be sharp in business. But you know what? In this day and age, being honest in business, working hard sets you away from everyone else and you stand out in the crowd. And I think you do very much on social media, and people aren't stupid. People can see through all the rubbish. And I think that's where my community has really grown. And I also really try as much as I can to like answer comments, get them involved in stuff. And so they've kind of become like a PR and a marketing vehicle for me.
They've become your advocates, really, haven't they?
Absolutely. And, you know, and then the Facebook page, closed group page, is where they all have this, you know, like honest conversation. And I didn't even set it up. Someone else did. And, you know, which is mad. Now, there's like about 6,500 members.
Fandom page.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
That's fantastic. So what is your community like? What if you could describe them? I mean, what are they? You know, what do they expect from you, and what do they like about you, and what would you like to say to them, really?
Well, first of all, I would say there's probably 90% women.
Okay.
The age range is really diverse. Literally, we've got young girls from 15 to women in their 80s. It is really lovely. And what it's about is it's just support, like everyone supports. There's positivity, there's respect, there's encouragement, motivation. And it's like we're all holding each other's hands. And everyone is beautiful. There is no, you know, everyone embraces each other. And I think everyone just feels really relaxed that they don't have to be what is classed as Instagram perfect. You know, it's just, we're real. Real women have stretch marks. Real women can have, you know, a muffin top. We can have whatever. We can have wrinkles and crinkles. And it doesn't matter. We can still be amazing people, and we can still all learn to love ourselves. And that's what it is. I think there's a sense of utter freedom, that they're not being judged, and that they just, as long as they're being their best, then that's all that counts. And that's what it's about.
Well, I think from that, it sounds like I know what they like about you. You're very inclusive, aren't you?
100%. Everyone is welcome. And I think that's so important, you know, and it doesn't matter. To me, everyone is equal. If someone, you know, we're all equal. Color, race, background, age, gender, whatever. Everyone, we're all the same. We all deserve the best, and that's it, you know.
Yeah. And in terms of your YouTube channel and your YouTube community, do you find that they find you on YouTube and follow you around other social media platforms, or do they find you on other platforms and then come to your YouTube channel?
I think that's a great question. I think it's a little bit of both. And one thing I am doing now is making sure in all my content that I put out, like on YouTube, it's like, come and find me on Instagram. On Instagram, come and find me on YouTube. On Pinterest, come and find me on YouTube. You know, it's telling everyone. It's telling everyone, and making sure in every one of those different platforms or different sites, you know, telling them about the other sites, and literally it's like holding their hand and going, there's the link, come and find me, or that's my name on Instagram, you'll find me there, and telling them what I post up on Instagram, why it's different from YouTube.
Oh, that's very interesting. I mean, you really are holding their hand, aren't you? All and showing the whole ecosystem of Lucy Wyndham-Read and what they can expect. And it sounds like you're not just delivering these amazing videos, that they're getting a whole lot more from you.
Yeah. Because, you know, it's like on YouTube is very much like my workouts, full length workouts you do at home. Instagram is a little bit more, then they can get to know me as a person.
So it's like your personal brand. You can really build that relation, that sort of closeness.
Yeah, totally. Because, you know, my YouTube channel wouldn't suit me posting up a blog of what I've done today, because people don't go there for that. They go there purely, they want a workout. It's a resource for them. Whereas Instagram, then they can see the person that taught them that workout in the morning, that they are a little bit cheeky, and that I like to have fun, and I'm kind of like, you know, and so they can get to know
you're real.
My Insta stories. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think often with the videos, often people won't know what you're like backstage or behind the camera, and that's giving them the opportunity to see you. In terms of competition, actually, on YouTube, I was going to ask, are there many people who do what you do on YouTube, and how do you work together, or do you constantly try and keep up so that you don't get overshadowed by them?
Yeah. I mean, it's really interesting. There's loads of fitness. I mean, there's big names. I mean, like Joe Wicks. I mean, he's kind of like, everyone knows Joe Wicks. I mean, he's huge, he's phenomenal. And it's like, it's amazing because he has this, I think something like 3 million on Instagram, is on TV, is everywhere.
What's his channel called? Is it Joe Wicks?
Joe Wicks. But what is amazing, I've just overtaken him now on subscribers. So it's
wow, congratulations. That's amazing.
Yeah. And you know what's really exciting? Because I literally am on my own, and I know he's got a massive team behind him. But you know what? I think that's even more exciting. That just proves that, you know, if you want something, you can go and get it. And yeah, sure, there are loads of fitness. But what I tend to do is I actually don't really like to look at anyone else, because I like to just keep my ideas on, like, I don't want to be influenced by anyone else. If
stay in your lane.
Yeah, it's kind of, you know, so I'm just and there's so many different trainers. People train in a different way. It's like there's no wrong or right. I've very much got my own style, and I like to make mine fun, quirky, not quirky, that's wrong, but you know, I like to just try and really engage my audience and just make sure that they fall in love with fitness and educate them whilst they're training, you know. So it's like, so I'm constantly talking in my videos, constantly.
Yeah. Did you engage with them in the comment section of the YouTube channel?
Yeah, I do, but that, it just takes so much time. But I try and do as much. I literally kind of dissect my day. I do a little bit Instagram, a little bit Pinterest, a little bit YouTube, replying to comments, emails, everything. So yeah, I do allocate time to do that.
So if you had the chance to have a team, would you think about getting people in to help you?
Yes, no, definitely. And it is something I'm kind of like looking at and going to have to do now. I know that, but it's very hard to know what bit to get people to do, you know, because I can't get someone doing my videos. It's my style. I kind of know that. And, you know, the comments, it's very hard because I want to be commenting back. So, but
people might be able to tell the different style in your voice and the way you write.
Exactly.
It's not always ideal really for someone else to be writing that. And I think a lot of I don't know if you're aware of the MCNs, when they used to be a lot more multi-channel networks where they would employ sort of, you know, junior execs, and they would do the comments, but they would be so generic. I think they lost touch with the audience, because they would just be writing, you know, thanks for that, and not really saying what you would say, like, oh, have you tried XYZ, you know, which you would naturally say, you know. If there was someone out there who wanted to start a YouTube channel, what sort of tips or advice would you give them if they were in your sort of niche?
I would say, one, definitely do it. Just don't overthink it. Just do it. The most important thing is, if you're wanting to do something like health and fitness, content is king. You've just got to go out and just create that content, and, you know, and do it with, I always think that, you know, just do it with a passion to succeed. Don't do it just to chase money. I always think if people chase money, that they miss the point. Do it that you want to deliver something that is outstanding, and, you know, research, find out what people are looking for. And perhaps, you know, if you're a mum, then focus on doing workouts for mums at home. Or if you love golf, think about doing golf workouts, you know, how to improve your golf. Think about something that you really love, because then it's so much easier to do.
Wow, thanks for that. That's a really, really good tip. I think if people are coming on board now, it's never really too late, is it? It might seem like there's these big guys out there, big guys like you who now are very established, but there's always room.
At the beginning,
no,
I wasn't at the beginning, and it's kind of like I say to anyone: you're never too old. It's never too late. If you want it, you can go and do it. It's just, and again, because let me tell you, 70 or probably about 80% on YouTube, people are still only putting in 20%. So there is a massive opportunity for people that are going to go on there and start doing 100%. Then you win, without a doubt.
Yeah, and again, that can come down to a bit of a mindset shift,
Yeah, it's hard work,
Yeah,
but
it's
it's
hard
worth
work.
it.
But actually, that brings me on to when you started, and you sort of gave it your all, and thought, right, okay, this is going to happen for me now. I'm just going to get on with it. How long did it take you where you noticed you thought, oh, actually, I'm actually earning some decent revenue? Were you aware of how long it took?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't, let me tell you, it did not happen overnight. I mean,
Oh,
it really didn't. So,
mhm.
so I would say it probably took me about three to 4 years, but what it's earning now is incredible. So it's kind of like it was worth it. So it's a bit like if I had to break down what I earn now, it's kind of like I've covered all those years before.
Right. Okay. Now this is obviously much more longer term, isn't it? So you've
Sure.
actually
Yeah.
established your brand. This is a brand
Exactly.
now. This is
Yeah.
a business.
Mhm.
And when you started out, you were sort of a independent creator,
Yeah.
as you are now. Don't even have a
Mhm.
team yet.
Yeah.
But it does take a bit of time, and there
Yeah.
is a lot of patience involved. Were you
Yeah.
actually, in terms of income, were you earning? Were you doing a full-time job
No,
whilst you were started, or?
I'd sold my car. I was living in a bed sit. I was so broke. I was so broke. I mean, it was horrendous, but I just knew to just keep going. And now it's very different. But yeah,
Wow, that's
but
really admirable that you had that much belief in
but I
what
did.
you were
But
doing.
also, it was belief, but also more than anything, I was so hungry for it. I wanted success more than anything, and I wasn't going to be beaten. I'd been so ripped off by media that I was going to make social media work for me. And I'm kind of like, I'd done it for 20 years and I knew my stuff, I knew my books and everything got people amazing results. But the middleman had made all the money and taken all the glory. And it's kind of like I was able to push him out of the way and run with it and do it on my own. So,
Wow. So you learnt a lot
yeah, I mean,
over the
that
years.
absolutely. So even though I didn't make any money and I was being ripped off and I had bullied, I mean, I had the most horrendous time with it all. One thing I did learn was so much, and it was what it taught me. And it also then just made me even more determined to succeed, knowing how I'd been bullied by these corporate bosses and everything. And it was like, you know what, just made me more determined. So I
Wow.
look at it as a blessing. Actually, if I'd been doing okay-ish, would I be doing this well now? Probably not, because I would have just been like just in the kind of like medium lane, just kind of just going along. And it was like, you know what, sometimes it's when you hit rock bottom is when you bounce back up. So that was the blessing for
Yeah.
me.
True words there, I think there. I just noticed actually on your channel, you have over 40 ebooks. Is that
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And they're all complimentary books and workout advice and
Yeah.
nutritional advice.
Exactly. Everything.
And do you publish these yourself? Are these self-published, or do you have a publisher?
Self-published. No,
Self-published.
I do it all myself.
Okay. And so what do you use for your to self-publish your books? I mean, is that a straightforward thing for you?
Yeah, they're ebooks, they're PDFs. So
On
they are
Amazon
online.
or
No.
no?
I don't even use Amazon. I sell them
Really?
all from my
On from your
website.
website. So that
Yeah.
you've really kept things nice and tight.
Yeah, absolutely. There's
Not
no middleman.
No revenue
middleman.
leakage.
No.
Fantastic. After all your experience, you know how to do that. That's amazing. And this is just going to go from strength to strength. So actually that leads me on to my next question. Is actually we're going to come to an end of our interview. But before we go, I want to ask you a little bit. You did talk a little bit about it before, but you said I was going to ask you what's next for Lucy Wyndham-Read and what you're working on, both in terms of your video and your video schedule and you as a brand.
Yeah, I mean, so my next thing now is my clothing range. So I'm looking at keeping it fairly simple, but I'm just going to have like a couple of t-shirts, leggings, baseball caps, sweatshirt, bag. I've got some really nice, classy ideas. And so that will be my business model is the YouTube, having a clothing range and doing my ebooks and online courses as well. So I do online courses and they do really well.
Okay. So where can people go to those online courses? Are they on your website?
They're on my website, yeah.
Okay. So it sounds really like you are right in the middle of such an exciting time where things are really going to, move to the next level or moving to the next level as we speak.
It's incredible. It's my dream job, and it is just, it's just brilliant. It's very, very exciting year ahead.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping I'm on target if I carry on, because my growth, I'm getting about 50,000 new subscribers every month to my channel. So come June, I should reach 1 million subscribers as well.
Well, I hope we can get together again to celebrate that and talk more about your clothing range and your other things that you're working on. Is there ever any opportunity for you to meet your community, or where do they go if they can meet you?
Yeah, it's exciting because YouTube are going to host an event for me end of July/August, because that's when they've predicted, by then I'll be at my 1 million subscribers. So they're going to let me do a Lucy Squad meetup and like do a workout and a workshop up at YouTube Space in London. So that'll be great.
So people need to listen out for that when that's going to happen. So they need to make sure they sign up. What do they do? Sign up to your website, subscribe to your YouTube channel.
So I'm going through all the how we announced it and numbers, etc. and everything. So I'm just so that's going to be coming soon. Then I'm going to hopefully go to America later this year. I want to do a meetup over there, go to the YouTube Space over in America as well. So it's really
that's amazing. And I think I remember you posting something about one of your workouts being advertised or promoted in some magazine, a rather large American magazine. Is that right?
Yeah, it's been brilliant, and that's brought me a lot of new traffic as well. So that went really well. That went out. It was in February's edition, so it was a big.
What was it?
So it was. I think it's called First. It's basically a women's health magazine. It's distributed in America and Canada. It has about 3 million subscribers to the magazine, and it was a woman who'd followed my indoor walking workout. She'd lost weight, she felt better mentally, and it was like a whole case study, a double spread. They did a photo shoot, and her just saying how she found me on YouTube and these workouts changed her life. So it was such a lovely interview. It was amazing.
Wow, that is incredible. And it goes to show, you never know where these videos are going to lead you. So
Absolutely.
you carry on doing what you do, loving what you do. And this is the sort of thing that you can build. And unbelievably, all by yourself. It's incredible. And I know how that feels, because often I work alone myself for my channel, but it's amazing what you can achieve. So. Well, Lucy, thanks so much for joining us today. It's been incredible talking to you and really inspiring. And I really hope it's inspired a lot of potentially new creators or current creators who just want that little bit more of a push to keep going and doing what they love doing, but also learn about the benefits of being on YouTube and where it can take them as an individual as well, as an independent creator. You don't actually have to have a massive team, although it helps, but there's always a time and a place for that.
Exactly.
I'm just going to say bye for now. And what I'm going to do is put all of Lucy's links, that if you want to follow her on YouTube or check out her online courses and books from her website, I'll be putting that in the show notes so you can get that. Thanks again, Lucy.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye.
If you're looking to rapidly grow your channel but don't know where to start, then join my YouTube Audience Growth Lab, where I take you through the 5 steps to automate your YouTube success so that you can focus on what you love doing most, delivering awesome content and reaching those viewers. The great part is it's available all year round, and I'm offering the first module absolutely free when you sign up today. It's ready and waiting when you are, so now's the time to take action. You can learn more and see what other students are saying by clicking the link in the show notes below. I hope you enjoyed today's show as much as I did. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.